So ask yourself, why do I get much more hate on this channel than I do on my other one? Hey guys, it's John sitting here in my studio, and I wanted to bring up a topic today about hate and how this channel, my Recovering Catholic channel, gets much more hate than my John of New channel. And my John of New channel is more than twice as big as this channel. But why do I get the majority of the hate here rather than there? You see, as I say on most of my videos, I'm speaking my truth. I'm telling you my story, my belief system. And the hate that I'm getting is because people don't like my belief system. Why don't they like my belief system? Why does my belief system even matter to them in any way, shape, or form? The reason is because I put out things that are contradictory. The reason is because I put out statements of my belief that are contradictory to their beliefs. And to be contradictory to a Christian belief is to be wrong in the Christian mindset. They don't believe that anyone can believe other than they. The Christians tend to believe that Jesus is the only way because that is the doctrines of the church. That is the teachings of the church. There's only one way. And that one-way belief has created Christianity to be the deadliest religion statistically that has ever existed on the planet Earth. Why do I get more hate on this channel? Because I am directly contradicting their belief. And that belief is ingrained in their belief system that they have to defend it. Well, my belief is that if you have to defend your faith, it's because you're not confident in it. If you have to defend your faith, it's because you believe that you have to be right in that situation. I get much more vitriol, much more anger here. But I will tell you an interesting secret. I've never had vitriol or anger from a Buddhist, a Hindu, a Muslim, a Baha'i, an atheist, agnostic. I've never had a hateful remark from any of them. The only hateful remarks I ever get come from Christians. Now, Joshua said one thing. He said, I leave you one commandment, love one another. Love one another. It didn't say, I leave you one commandment, love one another if you are Christian. And also understand the concept of Christianity came long after Joshua was dead. To be the Christ means he is the Messiah or the anointed one. Well, Messiah also means an anointed one, Messiah. It's an anointed one. It's a wise person who is anointed and above. But in reality, the word Messiah also was used to mean someone who was anointed into being a ruler, a king. So this concept of this messianic idea that he is the only savior of the world is a later Christian theologian's addition to the Bible. It doesn't say that anywhere. That happens after Paul, who never met Jesus, Luke, who never met Jesus, right? The other texts, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, were written anonymously. If you read them, they're written anonymously. The names Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were added to those texts later to say that that's where they came from. But they were all originally written in Greek, not the language of Jeshua, not the language of Judaism, not Hebrew or Aramaic. It wasn't either. They were all written in Greek by Greco-Roman Christians who were creating a messianic agenda. And now a quick word from our sponsor. Coffee Time with John. This channel runs off coffee, so get your coffee and tea at johnsjoe.com. So the idea of why someone would hate someone who believes differently has everything to do with the Christian faith that came long after Joshua even walked the earth. And so I look at it from the perspective of when someone says something hateful or harmful, tries to be harmful to me, because nothing can harm me without my permission. And I'm not harmed by that. What I do is I recognize their judgment. I recognize the judgment of fear and anxiety of being wrong. Because someone's saying something that's opposite, they have to fight against that so that they're not wrong. But statistically, as I said, And it's not even close. People will argue, oh, it's Muslim, Islam is much more deadly. Statistically, less than a third of what Christianity has done in the world. It is literally the deadliest religion that has ever existed on this planet. Christianity. It is not what Yeshua taught. Love one another. It is not at all what Yeshua taught. It's an adherence to doctrines and dogmas that are based in the ideology that we're better than everybody else. And so why do I get hate? Because of comments like this. I am saying things that are statistically proven to be accurate. I am saying things that Yeshua himself said that was antithetical to the religion. And I am saying things and giving you the historical context as to why that religion is not accurate. I don't care if you believe it or not. I don't care what you believe. Question is, why do you care what I believe? Because my beliefs are based upon my own life experiences, my own studies for many, many years. I've been studying for I started studying religion in 1982 when I turned 18. And my mom said, spirituality is a personal journey. Go find what you believe. So I've been studying this for a long, long time. And I've done a lot of historical context on this. I don't claim to be an expert on anything. I am only speaking my truth. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm not asking you to argue with me. You can argue with me all you want. I'm not going to argue with you. I will not be in an argument with you. The second you start to get disrespectful on my channel, I just hide you anyway. And I usually smile as I do it because I'm like, oh, okay, bye. I just click you off. Because to me, the fact that you're even arguing, the fact that you're even throwing hate and division is less about the teachings of Jesus and more about your own ego needing to be right. And so this video is being made specifically to show you that I respect your beliefs. You just don't respect mine. And I don't care what you believe. I don't care if you follow Christianity to the letter. But if you're going to follow the teachings of Jesus to the letter, you shouldn't be spreading hate or division. And you shouldn't be denying statistical evidence that's true, because those things are statistically true. Christianity is the deadliest religion of the world, and it's not what Yeshua taught. And that's my thought on this. And if you want to get mad at me and angry with me and you want to tell me that your doctrines and dogmas are right and I'm going to burn in hell, understand it doesn't affect me. It doesn't hurt me in any way, shape, or form, because I can only be hurt if I give it permission to hurt me. And I just see you as someone who's now judging, someone who's not allowing someone to be a Buddhist or a Hindu or a Baha'i or a Muslim or an atheist or an agnostic. Remember this, in my Father's house there are many mansions. Christianity wasn't in existence when he said it. So think about that for a second. And I know this video sounds a little annoying. I'm tired. I'm about to go on a vacation. And I get comments every day, sometimes hundreds and hundreds of comments every day. And when you're tired and you're a little, run down a little bit like I am right now, and you get a day where a bunch of people tell you that you're a heretic and a blasphemer and you're going to burn in hell and that you're the Antichrist, sometimes that's annoying. And sometimes you should just say something. And so that's what this video is. It's me just saying something to those people who are delivering hate instead of delivering what Yeshua asked them to. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon. See you.